It's the Macho Man Randy Savage, and I'm going to be making Toph pick one game for the rest of his life. Oh, yeah, the one that rises to the top. Hello.
See, I thought you were doing the hook. Jesus Christ, I already did the hook. Well, then your wife called. Okay.
I was already done.
So, no, hook is done. Now
Hook
it's
is
the
done.
opening.
One,
Jesus.
One, two, three.
Hello.
Welcome to Bad at Board Games and Video.
And we are bad. Your dog is bad at video.
We've had lots of issues going on here at Bad at Board Games with electrical wiring and shutting off this camera 4 times.
Yes, I think it has now been 4 times that your dog has sat on some type of cord, cable, power outlet, has not fried, but has shut us down.
Yeah, and then it doesn't save. It just completely dies. And a couple of those times, well, one was I forgot to hit the button.
Okay, so one is user error.
20 or 30 minutes in.
So here we go. You ready? Yeah. And he's bad at filming.
All of this. And then the second time, the dog hit something and it doesn't, you think you have it. And no, it doesn't save any of that. And then the third time, that happened again. Mm-hmm. Now this is number 4. And I'm about ready to poke myself in the eye. Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
That's okay. So today we are talking about a terrible story. Cue the music.
What are you talking about?
Brad texted me this morning and said, you get one game only.
For the rest of his life.
For the rest of your life. Get rid of everything else. One game. What is that one game? And let me tell you, y'all, I stressed over this.
I already had mine picked.
Yeah, it was fun. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to give you kind of our thought process as to why or how, I should say, not why, but how we decided the one game that we would keep and then what that game actually is.
Yep. So this is going to be much shorter than it was before, which you may appreciate.
You probably would because we ramble sometimes.
Yeah. So how did I pick mine, really? We'll start with that. So I looked at solo came to my mind first, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to forgo that. It doesn't have to have a solo. What it does have to do, it has to be one of the games that I like a lot, at least, and not just mediocre. But then
you only get one game, you better like it.
Well, exactly, right? I know that seems like a given, but like you could be like, oh, I want this game because a lot of people like it. No, I have to like it and not feel burnt out about it. And I've played this game enough, played it quite a lot, and I'm still not burnt out on it. My wife has to like it, so then that significantly narrows down what we like. She likes some games, but I'm kind of like, I'll play it, but I'm like, all right, but then there's only a few overlap that are like, yeah, we both like. So this game checks that box. Then it's also like, does Toph like to play it? And this one checks that box, right?
He wants to play games with me.
Yeah. And then the game group, we all like that. So if everybody in the game group only had one game, this game would be something we would all want to play again and again and again. And then it's also easy enough, but not like super easy, to teach new people. So like that's the other part of it. Like I could pick something that probably was a heavier weight that matched all those things, but then like you still want new people to come over and things, and I can still teach this game to them as well. So to me, I call this the Gateway Euro. So those of you who've watched our videos forever, you probably already know what game I'm talking about. However, that's how I went about my selection process. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, so I kind of went a little bit different direction. We came to the similar conclusion, but I started first with, okay, what's the mechanic? Like, what mechanic am I going to be okay with having only for the rest of my life? Mm-hmm. And so I initially started like knocking things out pretty easily because of that. And then I got to thinking, okay, well, games that I absolutely love the mechanics in, like it's not going to work. And again, similar idea to Brad. So one of my favorite games, if you've watched the list, is Lisboa. Lisboa hits the mark on the mechanics that I love. It's not all the mechanics I love, but it's a lot of the mechanics I love. But that's not an accessible game to most people.
Right.
We play it, but we don't play it all the time. We love playing heavyweight games, but not all the time. And now it did check the box on solo play. Like it has a variant. It has, it has things that would be good in other aspects, but so that was out the window. I quickly threw out a game that I think shocked Brad.
Yeah, this one I didn't think it would be, I thought it would make the final 3 or 4. But
yeah. And the reason why, again, it's the mechanics. It's very limited mechanics.
We'll just go ahead and tell them.
Well, I will. I'm getting there. Patience.
No.
It's mechanic. It's a game I love. It's my number 1 game of all time. Like I love the game. It hits the mechanics, but it's not enough mechanics, I think, that would be long-term something I would want to always play.
So you get worn out about it.
You get worn out, yeah. And it's not a game that a lot of other people are really going to want to play also. Like Brad does not really like the game, and that's Terraforming Mars. Absolutely fantastic game. Love it. Absolutely love it. Couldn't imagine ever getting rid of it, but I'm not going to force Brad to play. He doesn't want to play. He will, or at least he says he will.
Ark Nova's still better.
That wasn't
it's
even
so easy.
That game wasn't even in the runnings of a thought of a game that I would like.
I know, but I can't not jab at that every once in a while.
Thanks, Brent.
You're welcome.
So that one was thrown out. Like a handful of them was thrown out. And I started thinking, like Brad did, this has to be a game that people like and that people want to learn how to play. I actually seriously considered a game that Brad and I have never played, and this, I think, shocked him the most.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I have all the expansions. I have more time playing this one game than any other game ever. But I've already done a video saying that I hate this game. But I thought, Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, you've played it out.
I've outplayed it, but it's a game that even though I don't want to play it because it's outplayed so much, if it's a new person to the hobby, like I think great gateway game. So is Settlers.
I don't think we said what my game was, but thank you for telling everybody ahead of time.
Well, we've done this video now like 15 times.
So my game that I have chosen, now that Toph has ruined it, is Castles of Burgundy. And specifically the new one from Awakened Realms. It's got like an expansion for the grapevine, and I've got all the upgrades. Or I shouldn't say all. I've got the acrylics. How's that? I don't have the neon matte. I don't have everything 3D. I don't want everything 3D. That would be horrible to pull chits out of a bag and then have to change it out as you go, in my opinion. But yeah, so Castles of Burgundy to me is the game that I would pick.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and spoil it for me? Sorry, friend. I really am sorry.
I'm not even sure if I remember which one you picked.
Okay, good. So I'm going to continue on. So yeah, so that was in the running. It left the list, but very late in the game. And I've got some other games that I thought would be medium to medium light that would fit well, but I really settled on a game that fits some of my absolute favorite mechanics. So worker placement, victory points, end game type stuff, and hand management. Absolutely love that as well. And so I started with that, and Brad and I have played it. We like it. I believe we've played it with Aura.
We have not.
We have not.
We keep thinking that she's going to like it.
I think she
based on the
will.
theme and how it works.
Yeah, and some of the mechanics, stuff like that.
Yep.
Our gaming group has played it. We've all loved it. I have all the expansions, even though we've never played together all the expansions.
I have yet to play an expansion with it.
It's true. We need to play it more.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. And so for me, I settled on a game that probably did not make my top 10 list games of all times, but is one that I think I would be okay with playing. It's solo. It fits all the categories, and that is
Viticulture.
Viticulture, yes.
Yeah,
great game. I do really enjoy it.
Tight. And like scoring always, except for like my first few games where I was getting blown out like 10 to 25 or whatever the final score winner is. But like last few games we've played with me and him or with other people have been like 26, 25, 24, 22. Like we're all like right there. So it always feels like you have a way to win. Yeah.
And I think we talked about, obviously we've talked about this, but we talked about one of the things that, like, Scythe is one of my absolute favorite games, and when it comes to Stonemaier is my favorite Stonemaier game. But it's not one that I want to bring new people to all the time. And part of the reason is because when a game like that has a very strict strategy you have to know to be well at it, when you play with somebody new, they don't have that yet.
Yeah.
And so you almost throttle yourself, which most of us are happy to do when we're bringing new people into a hobby or teaching new games to people. but to always have to do that would make it not as fun for me as well. And I think Castles of Burgundy is similar. I think Viticulture and Castles of Burgundy are 2 games that you can teach somebody and you don't have to completely throttle your play.
Right.
Because there's abilities for people to have plays that keep them in the running, even if maybe they don't have the strategy to know why they're doing some of the decisions they're doing. So it becomes fun for the whole group, including the person teaching and the person learning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're both good games.
Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And we would like to know, like, what do you think about our choices, for one? But then really, what, if you had to pick one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? What would you pick right now? And it doesn't mean it won't change next year and the year after that. And we may just try to do this like every time we're like around Thanksgiving. Like, what would our one game be? Is it still this game? Or have we picked something new? But it's not a number one.
It's
not a number one, because you got to start thinking about everybody else. What would that game be that you could still enjoy, but also have other people tag along? Or are you just going to be like, nope, this game.
which is fine, which is perfectly fine.
I'm curious to be like, nope, I'm going to the game store with the game I love. I'll find somebody.
Which is honestly something that I know that I've done. I've not gone to a game store to play it, but I've gone to like a local convention saying, I want to play this game and I'm only going to play this game because I really want to. But yeah, what do you think? Let us know. If you enjoyed this, it's a short video, kind of our quick thoughts on these games. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, y'all, we would love to have you subscribe. Hang around with us, sitting here jabbering, long or short, about who knows what in the board gaming hobby.
Or not.
Or not, yeah. You never know.
All right. And just remember, no matter how you play, whether it's solo, with family, or friends,
enjoy whatever games you are bringing to the table.
Have a great night.
Bye.